You know, these are the things that I was telling you about.
Twizachard, she's got the spark, lighting up the screen, a vision so stark. With every click comes a brand new trick. She's the queen of the digital flick. Hey, 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 it's Twiz's world. We're just rolling through it, girl. Hey, 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 she's the vibe, setting the tone, she's the drive.
You know, these are the things that I was telling you about.没有。要。
In the outdoor to include this phospholipase inhibitor.
The puffs are very dirty, okay? They might be full of bacteria that they use in the labs. So if you have not touched the counter.
So hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so exhausted. I just came from class. I finished writing most of my exams, and then this week is the last week of classes. I finished my exam, but some people are still having their exams. Then for this week is the last week of classes for me, at least for me, or maybe other students too. We are learning medical research, like the labs, all the labs this whole week. And imagine they're keeping us from 8 a.m. to 4:40 p.m. That's like 8 hours, basically almost the whole day. Then you only have lunch break, of which is not like enough time. But we were so busy today. Today is a Monday, and I'll be traveling back home on Saturday for a holiday, which I'm very excited. This will be my second time going home ever since I came to China, so I'm really excited. I sort kgs, meaning in China we have a Zambian group known as ASIC, and then in that association there are certain rules you need to follow. Students get to sell their kgs, their suitcase kgs, meaning if you don't have like a lot of things you're carrying in your suitcase, you can sell almost your whole kgs, because usually suitcases have to be 23 kg and 2, so that means you have 46 kgs. But you know, you have like some things that you'll carry inside and whatnot. So I sold most of my kgs because I want to be home for 2 weeks, so I don't even think like I'll be moving around or I need like a lot of things, you know, like a lot of clothes. So I sold most of my kgs. So people sell their prices, people sell their kgs according to how they are feeling, if I can say so. But for me, because this decision of going back home was so abrupt, and everything, it happened so fast and whatnot, so then I tried to make things as simple or as easy for everybody. So I put that I'm selling phones, the phone space. If I have to carry phones for you, I'm selling per phone, it's going to be 90 RMB. Then for normal stuff like clothes or those normal material stuff, I'm selling them at 8 RMB per kg. And then for laptops, 100 yuan. And then for tablets or iPads, 100 yuan, meaning it's 80, 90, 100. That's what the normal standards of airlines is the normal standards of airlines mostly is 15 phones max. So I sold kgs and got 14 phones plus my own phone, which makes it 15 phones. And then I also sold laptop space. You know, I did a research, and like many of the students that have traveled home too were saying, no, max laptops have to be 2. But because I'm using Qatar airline, so I called Qatar customer service and whatnot, and then they told me it doesn't matter the number of laptops you're having or the number of phones you're having, but at least there should be like 15. But it doesn't matter, just make sure, because my question to them is, can I put some of the gadgets in my check-in luggage? Because some students were telling me, saying, no, if you put them in your check-in luggage, they might break. And also they also take them for scanning, like after you check in, they also take them for scanning, or I don't know the other points they were giving me. So then I decided to call the Qatar customer service, of which they told me, no, it's okay, you can carry, just make sure you wrap them properly. And because the batteries are lithium, so we avoid explosions and whatnot. So I said, okay. So at first I got, one person gave me 2 laptops, another person gave me 2 laptops, and then I had 2 laptops myself, and then this other person, there were 6, 2, so 6. So after talking to Qatar airline, I thought to myself, saying it's getting 6 laptops will be like too much, especially like I'm experimenting and taking a risk. So I refunded this person back their money for 1 laptop, and this other person their money for 1 laptop, so that I take only 4 laptops, so 2 then 1. So I hope like I do manage to pull this off. But according to what Qatar told me, they told me I won't have any problems. And then for the phones, because I was worried, saying I've never moved with like so many phones. So the students who travel back home, they told me that when you reach, they ask you when you're checking in Qatar or in Zambia, just tell them that you're a student and you bought these things for your family and whatnot. So I said, okay, cool. So I just hope it works out because it's quite overwhelming to carry like all those phones, you know. But I was told they're supposed to be in your school bag, you know. So I'll put all of them in my school bag. That yeah, at times they do ask why you have so much of this. And for China they don't even ask because they know like China produces so many stuff. So you know, it's normal to have such stuff, like so many of these things. But then when you go to other countries, of like, why do you have so much of these things, you know? So the gadget space finished so fast, which is the phone, the iPad, and the laptop. Someone else was sending tablets, 3 tablets, so I included them to the number of phones, you know. So I just hope things work out. And then I'm having a lot of clothes space, but people have sent me their stuff, so I'm yet to pack. I want to start packing today because I'm always going for labs, then I won't have time, then I'll have to come back home, you know. I have to study, I have to pack, I have to talk to my family. So yeah, but most of the things have arrived. And what I was doing for my space selling, the rule I put is that before I send you my address, you need to pay for the kgs, because I was once the president of the Association of Zambian Students in China, so I've seen people like different kinds of situations that you can't even imagine. Like there are different kinds of situations that happen. So for the fact that I got the opportunity to serve the association, and I got like people's reports and whatnot, and I was solving cases between people, the disputes they had and whatnot. So then, because now I'm the one selling kgs, I put like certain restrictions to me, saying that if you want to send things home, you have to pay. So if like the way people are buying for the phones and whatnot, I was not sending my address until you pay for it. Then I was writing them down in my notes app just for me to remember who paid, what's their WeChat name and whatnot. Then I was sending them a form to fill in their sending details, like their name, their WeChat name, their phone number, and their WhatsApp number in case I'm home and I can't reach them on WeChat. Then I also sent them the receiver's information. I said fill in their name, their phone number, their relationship with you, because I've seen people who have like names that are names that are unisex. So I don't want to be like, hello madam, because it's a sir, or I say hello sir, not knowing it's a madam, you know. So I put relationship to the person and their WhatsApp, and also their alternative number, because I don't want to start keeping people's stuff and like they don't come to pick them up, you know. I would rather have like alternative numbers because of also the time difference between China and Zambia, which is 6 hours. So I can be home, but here they're sleeping, you know, or maybe I'm asleep and they're awake. So yeah, so I've sold most of the stuff and most of the things have arrived. I'm just here I want to like take pictures of like each person's thing. Then since I've written in my notes app, after I take a picture, I want to attach it to the name, so that when I reach home, I know like, oh, this white phone is for this person, this red phone is for this person, these blue jeans are for this person, this red suit is for this person, you know. So yeah. And you know the crazy part, like when I was going in 2023, I didn't think of selling my kgs. But then later, like after I started seeing like how people sell and whatnot, my friend did tell me, saying, Twiza, why didn't you sell your kgs? You'd have made so much money and whatnot. And I was like, oh, I was scared. But now I was so eager. I was like, okay, let me try and sell my kgs since I don't have much to take. Oh my God. People are always sending things, you know, of which I also plan on selling my kgs when coming back to China, you know, from Zambia, if people need things from home. But I'll personally need things from home, like groceries, you know, like Zambian groceries, things from home that you can't find here. But yeah, there's so much money, like so much money. People are always sending. People are even like, oh, please consider me. And you know, one thing that I'm not taking are shoes and bags. If somebody tells me they're sending shoes, I'm like, because shoes, when I was going in 2023, when I bought shoes for like my relatives, I found that shoes take up so much space in the suitcase. Then you find the suitcase is light, but it's filled up, you know. So I said, nope, I'm not taking anybody's shoes. And also, I'm not taking anybody's handbags, unless if they tell me the type of handbag, you know, of which like so far there's only one person I accepted, and it's those bags that fold, the ones that are able to be folded. But somebody sent me like pictures of like the actual handbags, the ones with the volume inside, the airspace inside, and I'm like, nah, I'm not taking those handbags, because those handbags would take up so much space unnecessarily, you know. So yeah, then I was like so strict about my thing, because like some people are asking, saying, no, why can't we do 50-50? I pay here, then when you reach home I pay again. I said because I've seen some people like have problems where like you took some things for somebody and then they don't want to claim their things, and they let you keep their things for like 3 months, 4 months, and that's when they start coming saying, oh, I want my things, yet you are calling them, you are texting them, you are doing what they are not picking up. And then also again, some people, you reach home, they start giving you stories or what, like I'm just not ready for that, unless like my very close friends, those ones whom I've shipped stuff with at home, and because we're close friends, they've understood my situation, and then I pay later. And then even me, I understand the situation, then they pay later. That I agree. So yeah, you know, so I just hope like this thing works out and I get home safely. And then I only got to buy my flight ticket today during labs, and like when I got my flight ticket, I was looking for the most convenient and affordable flight ticket, of which I got one. It's saying that I'll be starting off, because I'm now living in Zhejiang province. It's not like the way I was living back in my city, because my city was the heart of China. Like, see the map of China, I was living right at the heart. So now I'm living in Zhejiang province, and the biggest cities in Zhejiang province is Hangzhou. Then there's also Shanghai, that's like I think a municipal of its own. Yeah, those are the two nearest ones, and also Guangzhou. So now I check tickets, like I've been checking for tickets this past week and whatnot, but today I found like this really affordable ticket and I got it. Then my departure flight to China back to Shanghai will be at 1 a.m. So meaning I have less than 24 hours. So then I was panicking. I was saying like, if I go to Qatar, because I've seen situations where like, at least now, as I'm speaking in 2025 or 2026, if you're like watching this, the situations that I've seen is like, if you pass through Thailand, you now need a visa as a Zambian. And if you pass through Turkey, you need a, is it Turkey? You need a visa? I've forgotten. Or maybe Hong Kong. No, but for Zambians, Hong Kong, you don't need a visa. For some African countries, you need visas or something like that. So then, when I saw that I'll have to be in Qatar for some hours, for 20 hours, I was like, what's gonna happen? So then I called Qatar Airline and I was asking them like, oh, this, asked them like so many questions. They told me, no, it's fine. You can actually stay in Qatar for less than 24 hours. You don't need a visa. Also, my friend told me I'm allowed, because they've used Qatar Airlines so many times, that he told me you're allowed to also go out of the airport and like tour the city. And then my friends today were telling me like, oh Twiza, if you go to Qatar, since you're a YouTuber, you should like vlog the whole of Qatar, like the food, the streets, the buildings, the what. And I'm like, ah. But then when I spoke to my other friend, he was telling me like, Twiza, the way I know you, you'll just go there and sleep in the hotel or something. And also my friend told me that in Qatar, they provide accommodation and transportation, so you can actually leave like your luggage at the airport. I'm not sure if you leave it at the airport or you actually check it in, then you can like go. You understand? So I'm yet to like figure it out. But I really like the fact that they told me they told me Qatar will pay for accommodation and transportation. But I'm not yet sure. Like, I haven't yet traveled, so I don't know. You know, so if I can get a chance to visit Qatar, I'll be so happy, because when I was first coming to China, I used South African airline. So I went from South Africa to OR Tambo yeah, airport, international airport, and then I went to Hong Kong, then I reached Beijing, then I took a flight to my city. Then when I was going home for the holiday in 2023, I went from Shanghai to Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, back to Zambia. Then again, when coming back to China, it was the same route. But now I'm using like Qatar airline. So I just hope like I make use of the experience and actually tour Qatar, you know, because you never get these chances like in your life all the time. So yeah, but one thing I want to try is I almost said Ethiopian airline. One thing I want to try is Emirates. I did see the Emirates prices, and I was like, oh, one day I'll go to sorry, my mind is slowing down. One day I'll use Emirates. So yeah, you know, I want to start unpacking people's stuff. And thank you for watching, and just don't forget to like, share and subscribe, because it's gonna help my channel grow. Thank you so much.